Here are tips that you can use for creating job number 3, which is going to be a financial table with a total. So when you go ahead to start this document, you will start with a blank document, and what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to go into Insert, and then we're going to create a table. And when you click on this drop-down list for table, we can go through and choose the size of our table. So when we look on page 7, we can see the number of columns, which is going to be the ones going up and down. We have 3 columns. We have our expense item, our amount, and our funding. So we for sure have 3 columns. And I'm just going to take a quick scab and I'm going to say, I think we're going to have 4 rows. Don't worry if you need more, I'll show you how to add them. So I'm going to click here and my table is going to be added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the very top and I am going to key in the title of my table. And you will notice that the title is keyed in all caps. But I'm going to key it in this first column here, and I need it to go all the way across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to key it there, and then I'm going to highlight all the way across. Up in the very top, I have my Tables toolbar. I'm going to choose my Tables toolbar. I'm going to go to Layout. And I have a button right here that says Merge Cells. I only have the first row highlighted. I'm going to click right there to merge cells. And it made it all together. Now all I need to do is click on Center, and it goes all the way across. I'm now going to go to row 2, and I'm going to key in my second line of my heading, which is budget. Budget is not keyed in all caps. And then I'm going to go ahead and highlight across. I'm going to merge my cells and center. So now I have my titles on there. Then I'm going to go through and do my headings. So we have our expense item. We have our amount. We have our funding. And I'm going to hit Tab. That moves me down. So I have Continental Breakfast for 125 people. The amount is going to be $1,200. The funding is donated. Don't worry about the word wrapping, we'll fix it later. So we have lunch for 125 people, $1,825. And this is going to be campaign funds. Notice, when I got done with campaign funds, what I did to get my new row is I just struck the Tab key. Striking the Tab key will get a new row down below, so that allows me to go ahead and enter in my next row. So our renting a voting machine is going to be $400. That was donated. A tab will move me down. Decorations, there's not an amount there, so I'm going to leave that blank. Prizes, and that's going to be $300. Donated. Summit materials, $150. That's campaign funds. Hit Tab again, and I'm actually going to put the word totals or total right here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to format that. So first thing I'm going to take a look at is, by default, all of these columns are set up and they're equal length. Well, expense item can be a little bit longer, so I'm just going to click there and drag it over. Kind of go here, and my table really doesn't need to be that long, so I'm going to go through and adjust. A little bit of typo there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and do some different formatting. My numbers, we are going to be adding these up. Numbers need to be and must be right aligned. So I'm going to go ahead and click and set these right aligned. Add an extra space in there. What I need to do right here is I need to go through and insert a formula. Now, decorations. There is an amount, and then there is some funding information that needs to be there, but I'm going to have you go through and find it. I'm going to give you a hint. It is not $1,000 like I'm putting in there, but if you read on page 6, you'll find the correct amount. So you'll want to plug it in, and you'll want to get this text as well. But I want you to read your book. So I'm going to go right here in the bottom of my amount section, and I'm going to go up here in my tables toolbar, and I'm going to click right here on formula. And when I click on formula, I have the option in this cell to sum above. I can also go through right here and choose my formatting, and I'm going to choose the formatting that has a $sign in front of it because that's going to give me my information. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click on OK. And what it just did is it added up all my numbers above. That's amazing, but I need to right align it. So then I have my total. The other thing I want to do is I want to take this word total, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to right align that as well. So we'll go through there. Now, the other part of my directions on page 6 is it tells me to go through and apply an attractive auto format to the table. Well, if I click here within my table and I go here to design, I have all of these wonderful different ways that I can use an auto-formatted table. So I can pick whatever color we like. Again, we are going with the candidate, and candidate's colors are red and blue. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this blue one. You don't have to. I'm just giving that to you as an option. And it went through and did all of the shading and did different aspects there. The other thing that I'm going to do is this table is pretty small, so I'm actually going to highlight and I'm going to center it. I clicked right here to highlight my entire table. Then I clicked on Home, and I'm actually going to center it, and the table gets centered on there. So then all I need to do is enter in my name and my job number, and then I'm going to be good to go for job number 3. Again, please make sure that you use the formula, and it says format the totals to include no zeros. So, oops, I got to make sure I take that off. I missed that. So no zeros on my formula total. So there we go. Have fun.